What's going on, guys? Back at you here. We're starting a lithium swap. So, got a little bit of work to do here. So anyways, if you watched my other videos, obviously you've seen that I'm switching to lithium. So we're going to get cranking on this. So stick around.
Check this.
All right, if you followed me, you know how this went together the first time. If you're new to my channel, I recommend that you go back and watch the whole series on building this version of the Blazer. But anyways, in order to do this, I got to get all these out. Now, I built it kind of in anticipation of something like this happening in the future. So I got some stuff to take apart here. Not too bad. Got to get these 2x4s unbolted, unscrewed, and start taking batteries out one at a time. Okay, since I got to take each battery out one at a time, tuck that up in there. And these are going to be live regardless. We're going to play it safe, and we're going to tape everything up, including the ground, just in case something slips or moves, or we don't want them touching, hitting each other, causing an old sparkaroonie. All right, so I got one out, and before I forget, I should have thought about this beforehand. I got one battery out, so don't look how dirty this is. Let's see how much this thing goes up as far as ride height goes, because that's over 600 pounds of batteries that I'm taking out, and only about 60 pounds of batteries is going back in. So let's try and get a feeler for how much this is going to go up or down. And like I said, don't look at how dirty it is. I know. All right, so a couple inches above the tire. So we'll see how much it goes up after the batteries are out. Okay, so I got two out, and I got all my positive runs unhooked, and all my jumpers, links, whatever you want to call them. I had two from each battery, going to each battery, so I got all those done. So there's the pile wire there. Now, that was the easy part, realistically. Now the hard part is I got to get back to the back here and get to these negatives. So, and I'm already sweating. It's swamp ass season here, early August. So yeah, I built this so it's set a little higher here for access to the batteries, but it's still a tight squeeze. So let's see what I can get here. All right, now that swamp ass is in full mode, I got them all off. So the only thing you can see there is my remote lines, and these go to my doors. Made them a little long, just to have slack, so I make changes like such that I got room to move stuff around. So they are unhooked, like I said. So now I got to get all these out. I have to start with the center and pull them out, and then slide the other ones over and pull them out. But yeah, that's a lot of wire. I wish I could have did bus bars on those, but it just really wasn't feasible when I built it. So I only have to link two batteries together now. So that's going to save on wire, which is in the long run going to be less resistance and everything else, which means gains and better voltage, hopefully. All right, back to working on this beast. Still ain't really figured out exactly what I want to do. I've thought about this and I've thought about this, and I'm just lost. So I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to disassemble this framework here. It goes this, and it goes around, and then it goes up through there. That held the old batteries in. So I think I'm going to take it all out and then see if I can't repurpose this wood, because I want to put the two batteries here. I don't know if I want to stand them up or if I want to lay them down. But regardless, I want to be able to show them off. You know, I want to be able to put the tailgate down and say, look at the bling bling. So that's where I'm at. So I'm going to start working on getting, like I said, those taken out. See what I got to work with then. Okay, so I got that old framework out of the way there. And I got some of the wiring straightened up and cleaned up out of the way here. So I know that my batteries will fit almost perfectly between these two pieces of wood I have here, and I haven't taken them out yet because I'm not sure if I want to leave them and build off of them, because like I said, those batteries fit perfectly between those two. I'm not sure if I want to leave those, plus I can't remember how I put them in because they're secured, and I can't remember how I got them screwed in because I can't find the screws. I might have done it from the other side. I don't remember. But anyways, so I'm looking at some other things here. Mainly, I got grounds, body grounds, frame grounds over here. I got more over here. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough length of wire to get to the batteries, how I want to wire them and then additionally link them. So I might have to redo some grounds, make them longer, which means I have to put more new ends on different cables, make new ends and stuff, which normally isn't that big a deal, but I ain't going to get into that tonight. But I still want to figure out how I'm going to frame this up. So that's where we're at now. Well, working with a blank slate isn't always the greatest thing to do because I've been racking things through my head. So I threw these in here to see if I wanted to put them like this, but I don't think this is going to work, because it puts positive off this one too close to the negative this one. I wouldn't be able to get into the inside of those to link and hook things up as I should. Oh, this is aggravating. I don't know. I mean, I got a lot of room to work with, but I don't. I'm almost half tempted to just rip everything out back here and start all over. And now it's starting to get dark on me. Go figure. That's always the story of my projects. But anyways, it's because I've been out here arranging these 7 ways to Sunday. And I think this is the only way I'm going to be able to make these work with my current configuration, you know, the way everything's built at the moment. So I think the only thing I can do at this point is start marking where these sit. And then I'm going to box this in with some plywood to go around it. That way you don't see all this junk behind it. Maybe put some lights in it. So I'll box it all the way around. That way I have room for wiring and everything. Probably paint it up. Put some lights in it or something. But anyways, like I said, I think this is the only way I'm going to be able to make this work feasibly. That way I have access to everything. Can have access to all my bus bars and be able to get everything hooked up properly. Now my next thing is I don't know if I want to keep my bus bars that I have up here. These ones, I don't know if I want to mess with taking those out and running all this directly to these, or keeping these and just running the battery straight to the bus bars. So that I've still got to figure out yet too. But as far as the batteries go, I think this is my only option of mounting them this way. So like I said, I'll box it in, make it look nice, paint it up, and see where we go. So like I said, the only thing I'm at now, so I'm pretty sure that this is the way they're going to be mounted. Now, my next big deliberation, like I said, amp everything directly to the battery or keep the bus bars. I know I can make it look cleaner. I mean, it doesn't look bad now, but I know if I went straight to the amp or straight to the batteries, I can make it look cleaner than what it is. Yeah. So that's my dilemma now. So my next thing is it's getting too dark on me now. So I think I'll just clean everything up, sleep on this for a night, and start pounding on it again tomorrow. Several days later, I'm back at working on this again. And I'm still undecided on what I'm going to do here, but I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to unhook all this. I'm going to redo some of this, and I'm going to put ferrules on all this. So I think I'm going to work on getting a lot of this unhooked today and see what I got to work with. Maybe that'll help sway my decision and what I'm going to do here now. So I'm about a half hour into getting this thing apart now, and I can remember why I did it the way I did, because there's just no way that I could have ran boop, 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 and to each of these amps. I had to snake them in a funny way. Now I remember exactly why I did it. You gotta remember, this has been like 3 years ago when I put these on. And surprisingly, there's not that much corrosion because of mixing metals. This last one that I just took off here, I'm taping these up just in case it still gets to the ground, because those are still hot. I still got one to get off, and it was easier to, I can't really get to it until I get to the end. But anyways, so it ain't bad. I've got some of these out, and these ain't corroded or nothing at all. So everything's holding up. So this thing must seal good when it's closed. But this is where I got so far, about 20-30 minutes into it. Time consuming. So I got them all off. Got a little bit of cleaning up to do there. Obviously some of the wire come out, wire stands and stuff, but we're going to fix that. Like I said, I'm going to put some wire ferrules on these when we put it all together, whether I go back with this setup or I do something else. But not a big deal. Anyways, got some staining there from where the wires were touching the vinyl. But anyways, just in case I put it back the way I do, from the bus bars to the amplifiers, I've taken all these off in pairs as such, and I got them marked so I know which one's which, rather than take them all off and then throw them in a pile and then try to have to figure that all out when I go to put it back together. So just a little trick if you've never done something like that before, or want to keep all your wires together. Like I said, just all off in pairs. That's the bottom number 2 amp, bottom 1, bottom 2. So that's just the example how to keep some of your wires together if you're going to put it back together the way that you had it before. Moving on to the inside here, since I got all my wires and everything pulled off of there, started working on how I'm going to mount these. I was going to try and angle these. Let's see how you can do this. Angle these like this, so each battery was angled towards you and the other one be angled behind it. But the more I played with it in the truck air, I didn't like it, because it was going to set these too tall, and I didn't like how close it was going to get to the bottom of my rack, and I didn't want nothing to hit or short or nothing like that. So we'll just keep it simple, and I'll try to still make it look as good as I can. So I built a box. I'm waiting for this to kind of dry a little bit. I got it glued together and stuff. But I'm going to drop a battery here, drop a battery there, and kind of groove this out here so you could see the Limitless there. So I'll get this either wrapped or painted or something like that. But I think we're going to call it a wrap today. Got a little bit more done than I figured I would. So now I just got to figure out how I'm going to finish this, how I'm going to mount that in the truck, drop my batteries in, and then start wiring basically. So I don't know. I might not be too far away from playing. You know, the new subs are already in. But that's the extent of it today. And yeah, that's the extent of it today. So we'll call that a wrap today. We'll call this part 1. So I guess look out for part 2. Maybe that'll be, I'll get everything buttoned up and put back in and maybe get it playing. So we got a lot done today. Like I said, got all this pulled out. Gonna redo that. Wire ferrules. Got my box bracings started for the battery. batteries so I can get it down here. So we'll call that a wrap. This will be part 1 of the lithium swap. I appreciate you guys watching. It's been a while since I put some stuff out. I got another video kind of talking about why that hasn't happened. But anyways, we'll call that a wrap today. So stick around for part 2. Hope you guys are all being safe, doing your part. And that's it. So until next time, guys, bass on.